Just 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 think about that. You think you're invisible to the law, that you've been in the UK illegally from 9 years old, running church, getting all of these donations, wearing these flashy clothes, buying these flashy cars. Don't you think the government is going to see you and notice you? I am not sure. They say many of these churches out here are cults. They say many of these pastors out here are very sinful. They say most of these pastors out here, them very lie. I am not sure. I'm not here to judge because I'm not God. But let's get into this one with Tobi Adeboyega, Nigerian pastor about to get deported from the UK. Let's jump in this one, please. And thanks.
In light of the recent immigration tribunal decision,
Right.
what are your next steps? Are you going to attempt to fight deportation?
Well, there is no deportation order, first of all. I need to make that clear. The next step is already done, meaning that there's a case in court already. There is, it's an ongoing issue.
You entered the UK on a visitor's visa in 2005
Yeah.
and attempted to regularize your status in 2015 or 16 before applying for leave to remain in 2019.
Yeah.
Some people might ask why you waited so long to try to regularize your status, especially given that you're a high-profile person.
Exactly.
Because essentially that means that you've been in the UK all this time unlawfully.
I was just a regular person, helping people in Peckham, Queens Road, Peckham. Of course, I lost track of time. I came here as a boy, 25-year-old boy then, and you
25-year-old boy.
uncles and family saying, this is sorted, we're doing it. Until I realized it's not done.
Do you think that you should be allowed to stay in this country, given that you have been here essentially unlawfully for close to 20 years?
Well, the court and all the other processes will decide that.
If you do lose the case and you are removed from the UK, will you move your organisation to Nigeria?
It's impossible. My organization is here, my organization is everywhere, and to move it to anywhere else means leave people to keep killing themselves. So no, we're not going to move the community or the movement. We're just going to establish more and find a way to do what we need to do.
I know you've said multiple times on social media, rightly, that you haven't faced any criminal charges.
Right.
But there have been a number of serious allegations made about your former church, SPAC Nation.
Okay.
In 2024, the Charity Commission did publish their inquiry report, and they said that there were incidences of serious misconduct and mismanagement when it comes to safeguarding and financial transparency. What would you say to that?
It is false. They've been on this thing for the past 4 years. So there are allegations. There are issues. Why is the police not involved? Why is nobody facing any inquiry? Why is there no inquiry?
But the Charity Commission did say that there was serious mismanagement and misconduct.
So
that's a separate report.
Yes.
So with regard to that, what would you answer to what they said?
So that's what we're asking the Charity Commission now. What is the serious blah, blah, blah? You can't just say there is a serious this and that. What is it and who is going to answer for it?
You've spoken a lot about how many people you say you've helped, but then you do have these former members who have come out to speak about the exploitation they feel that they have experienced.
Right.
How do you reconcile your vision with what these people have said? Because they're extremely different.
I just finished service today. Hundreds of young people. Some of them have been here for 8 years, meaning been in the church 8 years. Some 14 years. I've known some of them since I was 14. And you need to hear what they are saying about the church. So please, for any reasonable human being who is not just victimizing anything they don't like, if you have 1,000 people in a place, are you telling me 30 people will not be disgruntled?
This is more than being disgruntled, though. These are serious allegations.
Without
of
fact,
abuse.
I've asked you if you have any fact. Situations happen, but there's no fact that the church was directly involved or that the church didn't take action if reported to.
So no one ever came to you.
So we're gonna move on to that, and let's hear from the other folks that claim that this man and his church is basically a cult. So we're gonna get into that. Give me a second.
Make headlines in 2018, mainly for their work to help young people turn away from a life of crime and into the arms of God. What helped the church make these headlines was the fact that their pastors and their services weren't quite like anything anyone had ever seen in a church before. They had a drill rap group as a part of their congregation who would regularly perform in balaclavas during services, and the lead pastor and founder of the church, Tobi Adeboyega, turned up to preach in a brand new sports car with Gucci suits. He preached a form of prosperity gospel, the idea that faith in God will increase one's own material wealth. And if Pastor Tobi was anything to go by, God certainly seemed to be blessing him with material wealth in abundance. However, despite most of these quirks being shrugged off during the initial media boom around SPAC Nation in the UK, as the focus was on just how much good the church was doing, encouraging troubled youth to put down knives and pick up the Bible, in the years following, concerns and rumours would rear their head about the church. Accusations of grooming, fraud, sexual misconduct, and even forcing members to sell their own blood to fund the church. It seemed that there was more than meets the eye with SPAC, and people started asking questions. The main ones being, where is all the money coming from, and are young people safe in this organisation? In this video, we're going to take it right back to the beginning. Hope dealers were the first real in-your-face example of the church investing in a business. The business, in this context, being the music career of hope dealers. It's unclear exactly what the arrangement is, whether they have a contract with some sort of record label affiliated with the church or with Pastor Tobi directly. Either way, these boys were funded by the church, and it's no secret that the church had a financial interest in their success. And that might seem a bit weird in itself. It is, but all will become clear later on. In this 2018 documentary, however, the question of why the church was investing in Hope Dealers' career, or investing in anything for that matter, wasn't questioned. The Hope Dealers were featured mostly because there was a bit of controversy online about having this sort of music in church. And if
Did you hear that? Okay, let's move on to another stuff.
I'm going to be posting a documentary I came across on Twitter about Pastor Tobi Adeboyega. So at Ogbeni Bam Bam posted this on Twitter, and it was a very detailed documentary about him. Now, I want to say this before we watch the video. Africans, please emancipate yourself from religious fanaticism. See, you cannot just be so gullible as a person, as a human being you are. Religion is a concept done by people,
not a cult.
Oh my God, I don't know how to even say this. How can we be so gullible in Africa? How can you, as a human being, you are so gullible to the point that you believe anything?
This man here scamming.
So we are going to watch this particular this thing. See, any pastor that is, all these prosperity pastors.
Coach, his pastor offered him a tempting proposition.
My mom called me.
Yeah.
I was like, your brother started up a business.
Really?
And she was really excited about it. And oh my gosh, I'm so proud of him. He told me, no, there's people in the church approached me and said X, Y, Z, they can help me start a coaching thing.
The pastor registered a company in Vic's brother's
Listen.
Opened a business account for him with HSBC.
When I was asking about the application process, he said, no, I never filled in an application. I just gave them my details and they did it. So straight away, I'm just thinking, that's not a church's responsibility to be doing that.
The business account had an overdraft facility. How much was that?
£2,000 overdraft.
£2,000. Yeah. What happens to that money?
So they basically take him to the bank. He withdraws £1,400, give it to them, because they said it was part of consultation fee / helping him set this business up.
But there was no business and no money in the account. In the end, Vic's brother was left £2,000 in debt to the bank. Why do you think he fell for this?
There's an element of him not doing research or being diligent enough. However, in ethnic minority communities, a lot of families, like God, like faith in general, it's like a beacon of hope for most families. In his head, there's no reason why they would be trying to trick him into anything or trying to do, anything that can get him in potential trouble. So he would obviously take their word for it. Why would you use God's name to trick me?
You're there. So this is one of the victims' people.
Those of you called to make money is a call. Don't give up on it. Don't let the world teach you false humility.
Okay.
Stack Nation encourages worshippers to donate money to the church. It says the more they give, the more wealth and success they get back. They call it sowing seed.
Okay.
Tobi
So let's get to the victims. Okay.
I got this message in my
Victims.
inbox.
So I had to wait till it load.
Tobi just granted BBC a few hours ago, and I want us to listen to it together. Then I'm going to read the messages I got in my inbox, in my WhatsApp, from a victim.
Listen.
No, this particular interview was with BBC, not with his friend. The interview with Daddy Freeze, to me, is nonsense. Daddy Freeze has shown that he's... What boy? What boy? That one looks like a boy. Let this boy be. Or because he calls himself a boy. Maybe you should go and talk to him to change his ways. Can somebody come and accuse me of what I didn't do? And you approve it. So hold on, I'm looking for Isaac Fayoshe video. Okay, one more time. Somebody should please be my timekeeper. 30 minutes from now, stop me, please. I don't want to stay long. Isaac Fayoshe. That was sometimes last week or so, or 2 weeks ago. Last week. So if you didn't get to see the video, I will play it for you too quick.
And then we're going to hear from the victims and the parents, okay? Let's get into it. 1 second. Listen.
My daughter joined this court when she was in University of Birmingham. To the extent that the hostel that she rented with these people, they took her away from the hostel. She started living with these other girls in one big house.
Listen.
I don't know how he got those big houses in university all around. And instead of them now getting their money, he's now getting their student loans.
See?
It's the one that is now controlling the way they eat and everything there.
Oh no. Cult.
To the extent that even when my daughter finished uni, she left home to go and stay with friends so he can be going to this church. And many of them are all over. Okay, how can you say you are here at the street? What make people go to the street to go and take drugs? Is it not because of the flamboyant? To buy Gucci, to buy this thing? It's not the Gucci that you're now showing them. What kind of rehabilitation is that? These are the things that this guy is doing. All these money that people are talking about. When It's only when you have children in this country that you know how gullible the children are. They don't know a lot of things. And in this country, anything that comes with religious thing, anything that is religious thing, they don't get involved easily. And there are a lot of youth churches that are causing this. I have a son that he happened to UCKG, another church. They took my son and turned him to be a pastor instead of going to uni. I even begged him that, okay, I'm a pastor, I've been to theological school. If you want to go to theological school. So even in this empire that you are working, if it crumble, you will be certificated to even work anywhere because you'll be qualified and ordained. He told me, my son told me, does Jesus go to school before he wins souls? Doctor, I've seen boys that are in medical school 3 years, and they took them out of school and tell them to be pastors. So this damage that this guy has done, do you know my son now doesn't go to church, it doesn't believe in God anymore, he's an atheist. Because of this, he thought his life had been wasted. Luckily, I was able to help him out. He's married. He's left this country to start living in Dubai now. He hates UK so much right now. You don't know what this guy is doing. All you are talking about is not even about the money that he's making, because it's not even, it's about the damages that he's doing for all these children.
Yep.
And when you talk about why these children are not coming out, when a guy is like this, don't you think that he has a gang? This is a cult. He has boys. He has boys that these people will not be able to talk.
My brother, tell them. These people don't understand. Tell them.
This boy have boys. They can talk. He have boys. He has, most of the guys in his shows are ex-convicts. What are you talking about? It's not taken by Asama. Forget about Asama. This guy, the money that you are talking, it's not that he's rich like that is carrying maybe politicians' money. I don't believe that. The money that is making it from these children. Is getting their money, is forcing them to pay money that you can. How can you pay money like you don't know when you bully these children? You bully them to submission. That's the way they are. Not many. They are not as strong as children that are brought in Nigeria. The system, they have clean hearts, and when they put everything, they want to put everything into it. Luckily, my daughter just come home. After about 3-4 years, wasted, not doing anything, just going to church. So when you don't know, the thing is, when you see, many of these things is, many of the parents have reported the case to their MP, their local MP, and all his case, all the cases at the House of Parliament. So that's why all these things. And you know what they're gonna do for him? You will see whether he has kids or he has not got. They haven't got any strong case that nobody can stand with him. He hasn't done like most of the children are not. They are youth. They count them as adults. They are more than 16 years old. They are 18. So when it comes to church, they will tell you they voluntarily go there. Why people don't believe that you can even use juju or anything? If you go to church, you go to church, and you give money. You are not forced to give the money. So there is nothing they can do to him in that aspect. But what they can do to him is what they will do to him. You know what they do to Aaron's owner? That they refuse to give him the citizenship of this country. Aaron have paper, but they never gave him British passport.
Yep, he's going to be deported.
And they frustrated him. The thing is what they will do. The only way they will do, they will find a way of disciplining him and make sure that he's married to a British, he has a British children. Why are they refusing this? And true, there's some politicians that are using. like Mayor of Lagos, Mayor of London. He used him during the election because he knows he has audience. And that was the time that whenever he wants to do worship, is these people, is the mayor of London that is paying for the hotel, all that they will use and everything, and he was getting money from the government, saying that he's rehabilitating all these boys as well, saying that he's getting some hideout for them so he can defend their lives so they won't be killed and all those things. But you can't do this forever. Whatever you are doing, especially the mother that's crying. And you know one thing again, when things is happening between black community, white people don't get worried.
No, they don't care.
If you go to his church, hardly you can see a single white person there. And this is what I was telling my daughter, that why is it black people that get involved and get sucked up in these things like this? Especially when you are doing things and you don't see white people there. Then there should be something, you should be aware that there's something getting wrong.
Yep, a
somewhere
cult.
here. Why the white youth people are not going there? Why is it only you black people? So that's my thing. These people, this guy has damaged people, has damaged children emotionally, psychologically, and then my son is still very
Traumatized.
very angry, very aggressive. And when they start going to this church, the parents know when you start telling them things, they don't listen to you anymore. There is one in Camberwell now, yeah? Thank you.